Okay, let's get into it. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope everyone had a great weekend. My weekend was super fun. I just got back from New York last night, and then I think in 2 weeks I gotta check my calendar. I'm going to Tokyo, which should be pretty fun as well. So, nevertheless, let's get into it. So, Spy, right? Spy is beautiful. Like I said, there's not anything that I'm really looking for on the Spy or looking to trade on the Spy, just because we're sitting at the top of the range, but it's holding market structure. So you can see on the daily, um, well, I'll zoom there, but on the daily, this was a big breakout on Friday, and then today we're getting the retest. Let's go here. Kind of just like I said, this is what you want, right? We got a breakout of a key weekly level here, as you can see, 689.70, right? Big breakout. You can see every time, we push into this, right? We would either reject it, we'll get above it, and then we'll fell under it, and then we kept pushing into it. So just such a key level here. And we finally got that big breakout on Friday. So what I want to see today, this. That is beautiful market structure. You can see we are stair stepping higher. This looks amazing, right? This looks amazing. So I just want SPY today to hold 689.70 just for the sake of market structure. But like I said, there's really nothing there for me to trade. QQQ, it's just been stuck. This has been the story on the Qs. It's just been the story on the Qs. The only two shots you want to take on the Qs is at the bottom of the range, 617.20, or wait for the break and retest over 629.05. Less is more. So nothing here for me on the Qs. I would just love for it to get out of the channel. It's pretty much sitting down here today. Pretty unfortunate. Looked pretty good, last week. You can see this is just such a strong key level here, such a strong key level. So we just got to be patient here and see what sets up. But we're just stuck in this channel. So you just want to look for that or look for that. Remember, right, this is cues we're talking about. So if we don't see any follow through on our plays or there's bad price action or whatever, we got to remember, right, the market is in a channel on a technical standpoint. Tesla. So this set up beautifully on Friday. Last Friday, this set up beautifully. So coming into today, right, I'm either looking for a break and retest over 440 or a break and retest over 449.65, which I doubt that would be the case today. I'll go here. I keep telling people, right? And this is why we're cashing out on these plays. This name is it's not bearish. This is we're bullish bias on this name. Look at all these days we trend it to the upside. This is a healthy pullback. It goes hand in hand. If we can rip to the upside for a couple of weeks, literally weeks, we can pull back for a week. It goes hand in hand, right? So was this the dip buy, right? Was this our key level? 425 where buyer said, okay, now I want to start to buy here and push this thing higher. We won't know until we know, but it looks good. It looks really, really good. So this was the breakout on Friday, right? Over our weekly level. You can see we got the daily candle closure above that. We're just looking for that, right? And then if that doesn't set up, we're just looking for that. But we are bullish buys on Tesla. So today, for me at least, the main watch here is going to be 440.40 on Tesla. NVIDIA, we fell right back under 184.50. I'll go here. You can see we fell under that. So I'm pretty much hands off here to no trade zone for me. I'm just looking for the break and retest over 184.50. If that sets up, beautiful. If it doesn't, I'm hands off. Very simple there. And then Apple's flirting. Well, it was flirting. Starting to get a pullback here. Apple was flirting with 259.25. So I'm just waiting for a break and retest above that. Getting in here till we get back to the top of the range. Apple as well, right? This is another name where we're still very bullish bias on. I'll go here on the daily, clearly. Until we break market structure on Apple, I'm not shorting this name. So I'm just looking for either a pullback long off of 253. All we got to do is look left. We cannot forget we broke this, and technically we do have a gap to fill, and this is a retest that needs to be, I'm sorry, that's a key level that needs to be retested. So we'll see if that sets up on Apple today. And then AMD, patience pays. So I'm looking for this. I'm looking for this. A pop and fade off of 203. I've been so patient on this name. I've been so patient on this name. I'm practicing what I'm preaching, guys, right? Let my trade come to me. We took a break and retest, I think it was 2 weeks ago, over 225. I said, I'm not touching this name until we get over 225. We're bullish bias. It set up. We took our shot, win and trade. Now we're under 203. We were bearish bias, and we have a $30 gap fill to the downside, $30 plus gap fill to the downside. So if this sets up, right, I'm shorting. So I'm just waiting for a pullback long off of 203 here on AMD. We got to remember, though, on a technical standpoint, we already just got that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just open and shoot to the downside. And if that happens, that's fine. We just wait until our opportunity sets up. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. But what makes us great traders, we can show up and do nothing and sit on our hands. So 203, this is really like my main play today. This is my main play today. I want to see if this sets up. So I will be watching AMD on my close watch. Definitely Tesla, right? I want to see if we can get a break and retest over 440. I would hope we kind of pull back a little bit. I want to see uh, retail traders get squeezed, right? I want them to short. And then what does that do? Fuels that move higher. So I kind of want to look for a little morning squeeze to the downside because if anything, that's just going to make me more intrigued by that play. So 440 is the key level here to watch here on Tesla. So it's really AMD and Tesla for me. And then hopefully NVIDIA can get over 184.50. Now we got about 30 seconds here to market open. All right, Tesla and Apple's like the main watch here at open. I'm looking for a pullback long off 440 here on Tesla. As you guys know, I don't trade that first 2 minute candle. So we'll see what sets up. I'm watching Apple too. If Nvidia can get over 184.50, that looks solid too. If Tesla stays under 440, obviously I'm hands off here. Big pop here on the market. Very strong open here on the market on SPY and Qs. Very strong open. Nvidia looks good too. Nvidia can get over 184.50. That's solid. Very big open here on Nvidia and Apple. I'm watching all of these. If Nvidia can get over 184.50, I like it. Very strong open here on the market. Very strong. Just got to be patient here. It's the 16th. I'm watching Nvidia here. Golly. Yeah, the market's ripping right now. I'm not seeing any divergence on AMD to short this compared to the market. Need a little bit more displacement over our key level here on Nvidia. There's a lot going on right now. That was our retest here on AMD. That was just too aggressive. Way too aggressive. I need to see more displacement on Nvidia. This gives me another setup here on AMD. I like it. That was our retest on AMD. That was just too aggressive for me. I'm not spotting any divergence with the market in that, and everything's ripping to the upside. All right, I am looking at Nvidia, guys. 185 calls. I just need more displacement on this name. Nvidia looks solid. And then if AMD sets up, I'm looking to short AMD, so I will be playing puts on this name. Nvidia looks good. I'm just waiting for this displacement here. I want this candle to close. I would love for AMD to close above 203 and then get a break and retest under that. I promise you, I know for a fact there's a lot of traders right now having FOMO. I know that for a fact. There's a lot of traders having FOMO. Just got to be patient, guys. Market just opened. Not trading is still trading. Just got to be patient. Because this could even be a squeeze as well to the upside. Could be. Could be. And the thing is, I'm actually not spotting any divergence with any of these names compared to the market. I'm not spotting any divergence whatsoever. Everything's moving with cues. Very happy SPY is strong. This market's very bullish. Nothing for me on AMD. I'm not looking along that name. There is some relative weakness here on Apple, as you can see. Obviously, I'm not looking to short this name, but obviously, inside bar did technically speaking on QQQ. Um, Nice little blow off top here on the video. Remember, the bigger the breakout, the bigger the displacement, the better, because now we just have a swing high to target. So I'm just being patient here. AMD's out of the picture for me. I'm only looking at Nvidia and Tesla. I'm not bullish bias on AMD or above 203. So I'm looking at Nvidia and Tesla. These things could still set up, right? This could just be a squeeze to the upside. And then we get something like that. It's too early to tell. Just looking at these two guys for the retest, Nvidia and Tesla. If we don't get it, that's fine. Patient pace. I just see these as plays setting up for tomorrow, right? If it doesn't set up today. Just because I know this will be a big breakout candle here on the daily, right? Look at that. So that looks super solid. You just got to be patient. Don't let FOMO kick in. Watching Tesla. Tesla can give us a pullback here. I like it. Like I said, nothing for me on AMD. I'm not looking to go long over 203. See what's going on here. Hmm. Yeah, Apple's it's very heavy. Gotta be patient. It could be a squeeze, right? It could be a squeeze. Obviously, I hope Tesla sets up over NVIDIA just because Tesla pays more and moves way better on the underlying. But I'm open to both. I am open to both. Nothing for me on AMD. Nothing for me on Apple. Hopefully AMD is a squeeze, right? Like if AMD can fall and give me a break and retest under 203, that would be beautiful. Looking at the video. Guys, it'd be the 186 calls on the video. Yeah, just signaled that out. Could be a peak and fail. It could be. So I'm actually liking the video over Tesla anyway because the price action just looks cleaner on the video. So we'll see. Actually, the most volume is 185. Scratch that. It's gonna be 185 calls at the money. Mm, oops, give me one sec. It's gotta be patient here on this pullback. Yeah, I like the 185s. 185 target. Yeah, I like the 185s. The delta looks better too. There's way more open interest on that. Those are things people don't even factor in, which is crazy. Okay, so if I can get like a little bit of a deeper pullback, I like it. It's a Monday, so I'm not really worried about these contracts being volatile. They're at the money and theta is not a factor. So Jesus pulling back, SPY's pulling back. So it's got to be patient here. Looking at the 185 calls here, 185 calls. Damn, yeah. So NVIDIA, Tesla, and Qs are all identical. I don't really like that. I don't really like that at all. I'm not in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. Let's see. I'm just waiting for this pullback here. The deeper the pullback, the better. I'm watching this. I'm long the video. Very tight stop. That's the retest, so there's nothing else I could do. I just gotta take my setups when they occur. That is the retest. So strong buyer steps up there. Gotta take my shot. It's worth the risk for me. Market is pushing right now though. So yeah, that's the retest. So market's pushing. Supplies breaking to the high day. We get stopped out here. It's pretty much just a uh, squeeze here. 'Cause I know the videos have a tough time with this 184.50. Flirts with it a lot. So let's just see. Damn, looks good. I want to see us get over 185.10. I would love to see that. This market's pushing now. These contracts are moving. These contracts are printing actually. I scaled up now, guys. So my average position size is, I'm not even going to speak on that, but I scale up by the year. So it's kind of crazy to see how long it takes to play the long game, guys. That's what I always tell you. Play the long game. Now, everyone wants to like scale up, but you got to understand, you got to be able to handle those losses, when you scale up, right? I'm emotionally detached. You know what I mean? So it takes time. It's easy to scale up when you win a trade. It's easy to scale up when you win a trade. Bro, these contracts are printing. Oh my gosh. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Stop loss here is under 185. This market's just pushing in my favor. So market's pushing very strong. Oh man. I'm just gonna be patient here. See what happens. All right, guys, I'm out. I only got out there because the market was pulling back. It's a great trade. Made over 10% on that. That was beautiful. Playing a trade, trade your plan. If you're still in it, because the trade's over 10%, so your stop loss has to be 185.10. Because you just want to trail your position. That's the only thing. You don't want to let a green trade go red. And then you kind of want this to gravitate towards 186.03, pretty much a high day. Pretty much a high day. This can hold. The only thing I don't like is we're getting weak at the high day here on SPY and the Qs. I don't like that weight. This can hold above. That looks super solid though. Let's see. Man, if Q sets up, I like Qs. I'm sorry, Qs, Tesla. Nvidia still looks good if you guys are in this. Having a little bit of a tough time with this 185 10, but it looks good. Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, it's having a tough time with this 185 10 on the intraday. See what I mean? No regrets on my sell though. No regrets at all. I let market tell me when to exit, and then I determine how I stay in my trades based on what the overall market's doing. See that? I don't like that. hopefully we can get over that, but you don't want to see that. That is crazy. This is this is true definition of wicks do the damage, body tells the story. You cannot make that up. So yeah, I'm very happy with myself because now we're seeing like a rejection at the high day on the SPY and the Qs. I'm very happy with that sell. Like I said, I'm never going to be the trader that sells at peak high or peak low because I got to be in the trade, right? You don't know how far a trade's going to go unless you're in it. So big winners require sitting through pain. So for me, when I saw this pop, I needed to see 184.50 on the intraday kind of become my support. Um, and I'm seeing SPY and Qs reject this high day pretty heavy right now. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. So at the end of the day, you can't let a green trade go red. Those contracts move very, very well. Very well. Solid. Did you catch that, Noah? Bro, this read was on the dot. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. On the dot. Nice. How much you make on that? That was a decent trade. I was surprised how well these contracts move. Oh yeah, that's a solid trade, bro. I was surprised how well these contracts move just like on a Monday and at the money. They move very well. You can see we're having a tough time with this 185.10 on the intraday though. Having a very tough time with that. I don't know where AMD came out of. Super solid. That was a great trade. That was a really good trade. Plan your trade, trade your plan. It's that easy. It's that easy. Oh, okay. I'll send you a video on how to do it, Noah, after this. I got you. Those contracts went like peak 17%. Obviously, I didn't sell for 17%, right? I'm always looking for the bigger win, but and then this, just how I trade, I promise you, when you walk away, and to each their own, right? It takes a lot to it takes time to like learn how to read the market and whatever ticker you're trading simultaneously. And then like there's a lot of factors that go into how I hold my trades and manage my trades. But one of the main things that I love about the market telling me to exit my trades is when I walk away, even after a win, I don't ever feel like, man, I should have held longer. Man, I should have did this or done that. No, because the market said, hey, we're not holding this. Get out. This is your new stop loss level. This is a break of structure. Get out. And this is really a beautiful example. This is a great example, right? Because when you practice good habits, you're prepared for when the day comes. And the day will come where, cool, we got the candle closure above this, and then we're doing that, right? And we're sitting in this, we're holding this, and then we're just gravitating towards this. That day will come. So this is why I don't get greedy. This is why I let the market tell me when to exit, yada, 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 because this definitely would have been, right, a green trade that we pretty much just let go red. Now, on a technical standpoint, right, if we held this, we're still in the trade because our stop loss hasn't got hit, but you know what I mean. So for me, this is an A plus trade. I planned my trade. I traded my plan. Had a very nice win. It's a Monday, right? Like we came in, we know we're bullish bias on the video. This is right off the pre-market game plan, break and retest over 184.50. If it sets up, we take our shot. We were patient, right? We didn't let this give us FOMO. We waited for the pullback, entered right on the dot when we saw strong buyers step in here, right here. I mean, that was beautiful. There's nothing else you can do. That's literally textbook. And guess what? We rinse and repeat, and we do the same thing every single day. We're on a hot streak right now for the new year. You've been cooking, Noah, for sure. You just dots, bro. Yeah, that was a super solid trade. And then like scaling up, right? Like I scaled up. I know, bro. Got us on the fake out. It's crazy. I to each their own, like some people scale up. Everyone has different ways of scaling up. I'm a patient trader. I have a long-term mindset. So I either scale up once a year, or depending on how I'm doing and how things are looking, I scale up once every 6 months. A lot of traders make the mistake of scaling up based on winning trades. I keep telling you, it's a random outcome. It's a random outcome. So now, of course, after a course of 100 high quality probability setup trades, it's no longer random, right? It's math. So, but you got to have a proven edge in the market. So my New Year's, resolution was like, all right, cool. Like I'm scaling up. I'm playing with the big dogs now. even though I felt like I already was Noah, but now it's just like, all right, let's add on top of that. And for me, I felt nothing, right? That's like the main thing. You want to be emotionally detached when you scale up. Like, can you handle the pullbacks? Can you handle a 3 day losing streak, a 4 day losing streak when you scale up, right? Those are the questions you got to ask yourself. But you got to be able to afford, all right, if I scale up, can I lose for 3 days in a row? Because if you lose 3 days in a row and they're all high probability setups, it's not you. It's just the probabilities. There's nothing you can do about that, but keep taking your shots. But the question is, can you handle that, right? Can you handle that? Those are the things no one really talks about or thinks about when it's like coming to scaling up. Like I said, everything is good when you're winning trades. You're going a 4 day, 5 day winning streak. You're winning trades. Everyone's happy, right? But you got to be able to handle that. Yeah, no, I did, which is crazy, right? That's why I was looking for this play on Tesla. I was looking to cash out on Tesla. But let me see. It's been a solid month so far. Like this month feels really, really clean as of now. Really clean. Like last week, only took 3 trades, right? Less is more. Ended the week green. Started this week off. Very nice. Let's see. So, and I understand how NVIDIA works. So if you heard me say this, I just said, NVIDIA's been having somewhat of a tough time here with this 184.50. You just got to zoom out here and you can see, right? It's right, like it's 184.50 is like it's kryptonite, But see how we push up to here? It's like it's a little annoying. And then one thing I was looking for on the video is it took a while. It took a while. We never really got it. We're still kind of like waiting for that. But we got this big breakout. We can't forget that. We got this huge breakout here. Look at that on the daily, right? That's a displacement candle. And we got to the top, and then I was waiting, for the slow grind to like pull back and retest, and it looked promising on Thursday and Friday. Clearly, it didn't hold. It's looking really for that. So that's still the higher time frame play that's in play. It's just looking for this, right? These are the high probability shots, bottom of the range before you get back to the top of the range. It's pretty unfortunate. Apple. Actually, never mind. Same thing that happened Friday today, right? We had a very strong sell off, and then buyers just stepped up aggressively here on Apple. Call me crazy. I really want to trade on Apple. I'm watching this thing. So I just know, bro, like Apple can rip. Like when everyone's sleeping on it, I call it like a sleeping giant, to be honest. Apple can really rip. Tesla, what a open on Tesla. I did not expect Tesla to get back to 449.65, but it did. And then, like I said, stuff like this makes me happy. I did my job. I found a key level being respected on the dot. So if we stay under 449 tomorrow, beautiful. Why? Because now I love the confluence. Daily low double top, and it's a daily resistance level, and we'll be over the previous day high. That's beautiful. Today, this was right off the pre-market plan. It set up too fast. Actually, no, we just never got the retest. But and yeah, we did actually. This was the pullback long retest. Um, like I said, we got the breakout on Friday. Today was the retest. Can't make that up. Can't make that up. This was our retest. It just didn't set up how we wanted it to, how we needed to, but that's literally a dip and rip. Dip, rip. Look at that. Dip, rip. That is literally a dip and rip. That's beautiful. Of course, I wanted to trade, so I was really looking for that to set up again, but just didn't get it. And then look at the first 4 minute candles, right? I don't trade the first 2 minute candle. And then this 4 minute candle just rocketed to the upside. So of course I'm not taking that. And then I wasn't really spotting any divergence with the market. So I just didn't like that read. Yeah, there's no such thing as a perfect buy or perfect sell, but no, I definitely think we literally got in on a perfect buy and sell. So right there, once I saw we were struggling, the market was pulling back at the high day, took our shot here. That was a beautiful trade. It doesn't get better than that. Of course, in a perfect world, right? We want this to go up here. What I liked about this straight up and straight down was, to me, I'm like, okay, that's a lot of thin volume. We have to feel that. So if we can hold this thing has nothing in this way to the upside. But as you can see, it just had a tough time doing so. Bro, I am locked in for the new year. It's crazy you say that. Like I don't know. I feel like Tom Brady. I'm down in the fourth quarter, bro. But no, definitely locked in. Like we had a great December. Uh, January's off to like a very smooth start. But I'm just trying to keep everything smooth, bro. Like so far, what is this? Today is the 12th. On a technical standpoint, the first week of January, it technically is like towards the end of December's week. So last week was really the first real whole week of January in the market. Um, but yeah, everything just feels smooth. I just want to keep everything simple. Like I'm scaled up now, so I'm really just sitting on my hands, waiting for like the highest probability shots. This looks good. So yeah, see, Apple's very bullish. This is the same thing it just did on Friday. Look at that. These candles are identical on the daily. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. So it's a squeeze, right? These are people still trying to short. And yeah, for sure, you'll make some money on these days. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way to trade. But the higher probability shot is catching the dip. Because if buyers step up and push this thing higher, now you can just sit comfortably. And then this can pretty much just turn into a swing trade without having to sweat at night. So this is literally identical, which is crazy. So you just want to see Apple, right, get above that. So I've been saying to the Discord, like, we've just been flirting with this 259.25 for 3 days in a row now. And on a technical standpoint, we really haven't done anything for 3 days, right? We've just been stuck, just been stuck. So I would love to see, break and retest occur here on Apple over 259.25. Like, see the price action on these candles. And then Apple did good. Like, on a technical standpoint, we swept this previous day highest liquidity and then we rejected. So I'm really not surprised by that, right? We did sweep that. I would love to see Nvidia like hold this. That would be really solid. See, the one thing I don't like about Nvidia is it is a slow mover for sure. That's why I'm actually kind of surprised those contracts moved the way it did on a Monday. But then again, we did enter here and we got that whole momentum play, so I'm not too surprised. But Nvidia is a slow mover on the underline. I love Nvidia on a Thursday. Thursday and Fridays, I love it. Um, but the thing about Nvidia, since it moves slow, like I would say majority of my trades, like maybe 6 out of 10, I know if I enter this trade, I gotta sit in this because it's gonna be a slow grinder. And you can see, right? Like on a technical standpoint, we did hold our 184.50. We haven't even given that up yet. We're still defending that. But now, right, it's just moving a little bit slow, taking its time, and then those contracts are gonna spike, they're gonna go up, they're gonna go down. So those are things you have to keep in mind. Remember, on options, we get paid more on momentum compared to like a slow grind to the upside. What a day here on Tesla. Day's not over, but this is why I always say you can't count Tesla out because Tesla moves so much on the dollar amount. It moves so much on the dollar amount. And then I kind of took Tesla off my radar anyway because this price action, like I try and teach you as well, Noah, like there's a difference between missing a trade and skipping a trade. If the price action is not clean and I get a break and retest, I'm going to skip that trade. Clean price action is a part of risk management. So even if it sets up on a technical standpoint, I'm not taking that trade with crappy price action. That's an indicator to me that this is not a high probability setup. So it's the little things, right? But quick work day here. I think I'm going to call it. Great way to start the week. I think Jason caught that as well. Hold on, someone just messaged me. Yeah. So what are you looking at for? That's a good question. What am I looking at for price action? So, bro, it's honestly the candles. And I think that's what maybe that's what gets a lot of people. Like I just have a clean raw chart. I like to keep everything simple. No indicators, no. I used to use like a level two book maps, times and sales. I'm educated on those things. I know how to use those things, but to me it's just noise. I think using those things are better for breakout traders. So I'm just reading the candles, like just raw price action. I'm looking at the candles. So if the candles are choppy and big and wicky, I don't like that. That's a lot of risk. That tells me this is very volatile. I don't want to be involved in that. That tells me there's a chance of me getting faked out, right? Getting chopped around sideways. I don't want to be in that. So I'm just literally reading the candles for my price action. I hope that makes sense. So I'll go to, let me see. Let me see what's, this looks a little clean. Hold on. I'm trying to find something clean. Like NVIDIA, look at this. Like right now, these aren't the best candles, right? We're kind of just starting to sit sideways. We saw that we had an intraday level that we couldn't get above on 184.50. Um, but when we started off, right, nice break, retest, this was clean, right? These candles were clean. Look at that, just clean. But now, see this? Big wicky candles, big wicks all over the place, sitting sideways. We push up to the top, then we just push all the way down. That doesn't look good. So I'm just reading the candles. The candles are telling me a story, right? That's price action. So something like Let me go here to, yeah, Apple looks good. Something like Apple, right? Like, see, we break under this, we come, see that? Like, this is not clean price action. Just big wicks, big candles. Trying to see if I can like find a something that looks clean today. Mm, kinda. Okay, Spy looks clean. So see Spy. All right, that's good you're getting it. So yeah, see Spy, like Spy rockets to the upside, right? Pulls back. Like this is clean market structure. It hasn't broken market structure yet, right? If we give up that, we have. But this, right, that's the dip. How do you know a name is starting to trend when dips are getting bought up aggressively? But look at the price action here on Apple. I'm sorry, on Spy. This is clean. This is very clean. Look at these candles, right? They're not big and wicky like this, right? They don't look like you get this, then have a big wick at the bottom like that. No, not at all. So these are just clean candles here on Spy. And then you can see, right, getting a little bull flag set up, held structure here. So you just want to see that. You just want to see that. But honestly, bro, the best way, and I try and tell people, but you know how it is. You gotta do not underestimate watching film, watching tape. That's the only way you're gonna learn. Like that's how I learn, right? I sit down and I just watch, right? You don't need to trade in order to learn, which is the thing. So my weekends, I would, just go back and rewatch all my recorded sessions when I was in college, and I would just sit there and I would watch. And sometimes I would just like watch other people trade. Just I wouldn't trade anything. I would just watch. So I always say like, don't underestimate the power of screen time. You gotta sit there and just read it and like trade in your head. I said this before in a educational video. Do not underestimate mental reps. Like in my head, if I'm not trading, I'm looking at this like in my head, I'm saying everything that I would do. Okay, cool. We got the breakout. Now I'm just gonna wait for the retest here. Okay, I'm seeing strong buyer step in here. I would go long here. My stop loss is here. Like I'm doing all that in my head. So you as well, bro. Just watch your live recorded sessions. Go on YouTube, watch some sessions. It's all out there. But I hope that makes sense. Like now you can look at NVIDIA and you can see this is not clean price action anymore. We're holding structure, right? We got to give credit when credit is due. We are definitely holding this 184.50 beautifully. I can't deny that 100%. But this is what we're doing now. See these big wicks, big candles, sideways actions. That's price action. So the candles are telling me a story. Let's see. But any more questions, Noah, before I wrap it up? I know you're that kid in class who just always raises his hand. So all right, but yeah, bro. If you ever have any questions, just text me. Or you can DM me on here. Let's see. Oh, no need to thank me, bro. I got you. We're all good. I'm here to teach. As long as you're learning, that's all that matters, bro. As long as you're learning. Look at you now, bro. Consistently profitable. Hey, I'm gonna send you my tab since you're the big shot now. And drinks are on you. On the road to the rollie. I know, bro. Matching Rolexes. Coming soon. This guy. All right, definitely gonna wrap it up here. Quick work day. A lot of plays are setting up. AMD is the one, dude. The AMD, before I go, guys, just like this is the one. This 203 is holding. This thing is holding. Like it's been the story for like maybe 2, 3 months now. This thing is definitely holding. Like I said, we're not bullish bias above 203. So that's why I'm not looking for pullback longs off this name. It looked really good today. But we did good holding our water. There was no divergence on this name compared to the overall market. So I didn't take the short off of 203. And thankfully I didn't because the market was just too strong. And you can see AMD is having a great bullish day to the upside. So there's no trade for me there. So this is still like if we stay in between 225 and 203, I'm just hands off. There's nothing here for me. There's literally nothing here for me on this name. This so far, this might be, I think this is the strongest tech name today. It definitely is. Right, we're well above the previous day high. Tesla and Nvidia stalled a little bit. Apple definitely stalled. So AMD's like the buyers are in control today on that name, but there's just nothing there for me. A lot of these names are setting up. You can see Apple is just sitting sideways. It's just stuck right in between this 259 and 225. So I would just need proper displacement on that name in order to go long off that level. And then what else? Tesla. Like I said, like Tesla is so bullish bias, and this is why we cash out on these names because we're just able to sit on our hands and wait. Like everyone was thinking, right? All right, the sell-off is here. We made all-time highs. We consolidated. We're pulling back. We haven't broken structure, so I'm not going to short this name. We are bullish bias on this name. We just made all-time highs. This is a healthy pullback. And look at the last 3 days on this name. Crazy, right? So maybe. You don't know until you know. This was the dip buy. And now, right, this was at 425. And look at us now. We're pretty much kissing 450, right? You can't make this up. So as you always hear me say, right, the trend is your friend and the dip is what? Say it with me, your best friend. So these are the A plus shots, right? It's you won't know until you know. You got to be able to read the price action, and then hopefully you get a very big move, or you catch a trendy day, and then you can leave some runners, yada yada yada. However you manage it. But this is what I mean when I say I don't care to short against a name. Like this is a trending name, right? This is a trending name. This is market structure. This is clean, right? And then as soon as we can get over this, we're off to the races. We're off to the races. So, right, you get paid for your patience. Just set up beautifully on Friday, last Friday. Um, and then let's just see what continues to happen here on Tesla. But this thing is back in play. Like, look at this. That is wild. And this happened. This was a beautiful analysis too, because as you can see, today was just retest needed. We got the big breakout on Friday. Beautiful trendy day to the upside. Today, that was our retest on the daily. That was our retest on the daily. So that's exactly what you want to see. And then you just want to see this thing continue higher. That's all you want to see. So I'm gonna call it here. And then lastly, it's just Tesla. This one is, I'm sorry, not Tesla, QQQ. I'll go here on the daily. You just got to be patient. It's pretty, it's pretty frustrating, but I mean, what can you do? But you can see there's relative weakness compared to SPY, because SPY is just still making all-time highs and rallying. But this is all QQQ has been doing. Like it's eventually, right? Eventually we got to get out of this. So we're not moving higher, we're not moving lower. We are holding market structure, but this thing is just stuck in this channel. Definitely stair stepping higher, as you can see, stair stepping higher. Hopefully this thing just leads up to like having a squeeze, and then we could get something like that. Maybe a little bull flag break. We won't know until we know. But this 629.05 is a very strong level, because you can see every single time we push up to the top of this range, sellers just push this thing back down. So it's either going to lead to a break and retest or a blow off top, which means we just get a rip to the upside because there's so much built up liquidity, right? I wouldn't be surprised. So we won't know until we know. Today's a good day on Qs. Hopefully this thing can continue higher. We do have red photo news tomorrow before market opens, and then orange photo news like at 7 a.m. So hopefully that doesn't bring us back down to the bottom of the range. But I wouldn't mind a news catalyst play just to give us a boost to get over this. That would be really solid. So hopefully that sets up. But so far, tech names are looking good. They're holding structure. We're bullish bias pretty much on everything besides AMD. Apple, Apple is just being Apple. But this is normal, right? This is all we've been doing. All we've been doing. Now we're stalling a little bit. Could this be the base before we see that? That's clean market structure, if so. So we just got to be patient on the same. Pull back long. That's a dip buy. We have not broken structure on that name. So hope that helps. Hope you guys are able to learn something, and I will see you guys on the next one.